Hey there, everyone. This is Cal. I think this is the right time to do the next one. Because, like, for a while there, I was just kind of sitting on things. I was like, things are fine. Like, Donkey Kong is gonna be fall. Like, I don't know where it's at. Like, I don't know how much there's left, but Lost Level's gonna follow it, and I believe it should be ready to be played now. So, no worries there. And yeah, I got a game in the chamber. Like, Eddie's World, there's probably less than a week left, but that's fine, because I got Astalon that still has to, still has to go, and that's all good. But with how my recording of Void Stranger yesterday went, I was like, wait, I don't actually know how much of Void Stranger I have left. I might be halfway through, or not. Like, I genuinely don't know. And if I did decide to end it after the last, like, complete run, like, which would not have happened, but could have happened, you know what? So I think I need to. Like, I do believe I need to make one of these. So, hey, check it out. Hey there, we're doing one of these. There's no real shenanigans or gimmicks to this one. I am going to try to see if upscaling from 720 to 1440 looks okay. Because I've been upscaling the pixel, the smaller, like, window pixel games to 1440, and that went well, but it's a certain look. But, like, like the wheel here look good, for example. I don't know. One way to find out. So let's just do it. This is a normal thing. We got 4 games that are going to be picked through various means, and the first way of knowing is through picking the Royal. Basically, I'm going to pick someone from the list. It's someone who is part of my Patreon, who donate at least $8 a month. And, by doing that, you get access to my post, and the pinned post with a potato has a Google Doc that you can fill up with 3 games, and I'm going to pick one of those 3 games to play as a game that I'm going to play. Pretty simple, right? I don't think it's too complicated. Look at that wheel turn, though. Turning on itself like a wheel. This probably should. That's what they're known for in the neighborhood. Random NPC. You're the guy, well, the person at least, that got picked up. You don't know. NPC can be a lot of things. Can be a shape. Can be a cactus. Those are the 2 types of NPCs. And you were chosen randomly. Alright, random NPC. I put you in the list. I'm going to look at your game selection, assuming it hasn't changed. You were like way up in front of the list. So you've been there for a while. So there is a chance that maybe your choices have shifted since then. If that's the case, let me know. I'm not going to reach out to you, but I'm assuming that the Google Doc is accurate. But if it's not, if you have thoughts or if your mind changed on any of those, let me know, and we'll change things up. That's completely fine, completely fair. But if you don't get in touch with me, I'm assuming that your list is A-okay. Oh, man, the list is getting just bigger and bigger every single time. It's ridiculous. 920 games on my list of games that I want to play. Bucket.txt, the Google Doc that I keep it up to date. You can always see what's on the list. It's on Talkhouse and Spot Zone. You can find them. I believe in you and your ability. But yeah, so we're gonna pick 5. I'm gonna roll 5, and then you, people on Patapon, get to vote. There's gonna be a link to a website where you can use ranked voting to choose the order of preference on all 5. I give everyone a week. We all know how it works, but there might always be someone for whom this is their first, so it's fine explaining the rules and all of that. You know what? Let's just play the thing. Pick 5! There's gonna be 5 games that people are going to choose from. Hopefully, there's a wide variety. And hopefully, it's balanced. We'll see. What? this has the vibe of a game I received on an advent. Here. Whoa! Okay, that's fine. Look at the style here, though. Okay, so it's an RPG. Okay, a weird RPG. Fight your boss? Absolutely. Boss game. The final boss is my heart. We got people talking. Minimalistic graphic. Oh, except when they don't get minimalistic. Look, I play like one RPG a year. So, I'm okay with that. Well, actually, like, what does RPG even mean, you know? Like, let's be real. A game where you play as a role? That's like every game in the universe. Except, no, I can't even think of an except. Well, this looks really silly. Let's get a cat! Cats are good, but they are a responsibility. But yeah, like, it looks to be like a lot of like weird like timing gimmick boss fights. I mean, that's what the trailer is showing a lot of. Alright, lesbian devil hunting action. You know, that classic genre of video games. I like the face the one on the left keeps doing. They just look like really annoyed half the time. Yeah, this looks pretty rad. Boss game. Okay. I feel like I'm still not sure like how the game actually games, which is kind of funny. Like, it shows a lot, but, you know, it doesn't show that much. So, like, I'm not really sure, like, what kind of game, like, what do you do? I don't know why YouTube wants me to see dark side feel stuff all the time. But that has not stopped. Boss game. Okay, done. Alright, well, that's the first one. Starting with a heavy indie blast. See what the second game that will be proposed today is gonna look like right now. In a few seconds, so not exactly right now, but more like right now. Now? Now. Oh, Wonderling. What is this? I have no clue. I'm assuming it exists on, like, Steam or something. Okay.
You're a goon of a video game boss.
I hate this trailer immediately. Nope, not watching this one. Okay. This one is, like, the actual creators of the game.
You're a goon.
Ugh, I hate this kind of trailer. Alright.
Stop the hero.
Tuh. Okay.
You can't stop walking.
I wish I don't want this narrator in my trailer. But okay, so it's like one of those smooth hacks where you're always running, except it's a whole video game and you're a Goomba. This looks pretty rad though. Like, honestly,
Unlock new abilities.
I wonder how hard it is.
Through levels.
Like, I wonder like how demanding it is.
And chase down the hero.
This would be better without the narrator. I'm sorry, man. This looks super cool though. All the Gordos you could ever want. Level, like, setup look kind of Celeste-y to me. Well, I think it's just because there's spikes everywhere.
Coming early next year. Wishlist on Steam today.
Okay, well, it's on Steam, so I got my answer there. Who wants that? Who wants that narrator? I don't get it. The game looks super rad though. So, okay. Wonderling. Got it. Yeah, because, you know, you're a Nunderling. They put a W on it. It's pretty good. It's a good move. Third one. Normally, like, shouldn't... Oh, okay, so I made a mistake. I'm supposed to be removing these from the list, but I'm not. That's fine. It's not gonna change. And I didn't shuffle. You know what? That's fine. We're having an unshuffled event today. That can happen. Okay, sure. Okay. So, Underground. has trailers, but not Knit Stories. I guess it's a demonstration of a game. Wow, nice cursor in the middle of the screen there. Alright, here there's no more. So, a lot of people asked me, Raocow, when are you gonna play Knit Story? You should probably play Knit Story. And I agree, I should play it. So here it is. Here's your chance to vote for Knit Story. It's really more a game engine than a proper game. Like, there is Knit Stories the game, which is like the default. And it's like, it's a Metroidvania platformy type of thing with these graphics and tiny, tiny little sprites. Yeah, at least there was a pretty huge community of, like, you know, made knit games, because that's what they were designed for. So if this wins, I feel like that's what that would end up being. We would be playing, like, I'd played the original game. That would probably take relatively little time. And I would probably ask for, like, a sampling of, like, high-quality projects that would be worth looking at. Because, yeah, like, see, like, it's exploring, but, you know, when you die and respawn, the screen flashes white. That's pretty good. And there's, like, Danmaku aspect to it, like, and, you know, like, they can get pretty hard. It's very, I find the whole system, like, fascinating. I remember seeing the Sea Crab play some of them in the past, some of the Knit Story games put out there. It looks super rad. Unfortunately, you know, it's a 2007 indie game, so there's not really a trailer to really see what the game is about. So you're gonna have to trust me. I mean, I feel like a lot of you guys know it's interesting and pretty rad. Like, I don't know if I don't know if I have to sell any of y'all on it, but it's there. Knit Stories. I think you're supposed to pronounce the K. It's not English. It's if I forget what language it's in. Sword Quest. Oh boy. Is okay. Who wants me to play a game on the Atari? Clips, huh? Sure.
Atari 2600.
Oh, I don't need that. So this might be a really hard sell, but I think it's worth exploring. So, Sword Quest is a series of, I forget if it's 3 or 4, or if it's 3 games got out and 1 never got released. But it's basically that. It's a very old Atari 2600 series of games where you are in elemental-themed dungeon and you gotta beat them. And you got these mixtures of weird, like, pretty difficult platforming, as well as you gotta figure out, like, how to use, like, the items and whatnot. And, you know, there's puzzles related to the items. Like, they do things, and you have to figure it out. It's like, it's basically a series of relatively short, but, you know, still pretty difficult, like, full puzzle games, where a big chunk of the game is figuring out what to do and how to make it happen. It's definitely, you know, like I like retro, but, you know, I tend to think of retro around the NES and Super Nintendo. My audience tends to be more PlayStation N64. But what if we went, like, super retro and really explore, like, the early days of puzzle exploration games? Like, the kind of game that would eventually lead to games like La Mulana. I think there is a lot of value in that, and I think that's pretty cool. And here it wants me to watch Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I appreciate that. It's just distracting when that whole thumbnail now appears there. When your thumb is on the cursor is on the thing. Wild. Oh, and then okay, neat. I just noticed something. Doesn't matter. Sword Quest series. Why not? I mean, I feel like I'm not able to sell it well because I don't know enough. But a lot of people, like, wrote and, like, made video about the series. Not necessarily playing the series, but, like, explaining what it was, because it was extreme. Like, they put a lot of effort. There was what's the word I'm looking for here, man? There's a word I'm looking for that is perfect, and it's not coming to mind. Doesn't matter. Here's the 5th game. Reverie. Wait. That's a ROM hack, isn't it? Alright. So I guess there's not really a trailer for it, which is fine. Reverie is basically a La Mulana style puzzle game using SMU. Like it is a SMU hack. It is a Mario World ROM hack. But like the whole part of it is not to make, like a super challenging whatever video game. It is a puzzle where you wander around, you solve environmental puzzles to figure out what you're doing and where you do and how you do. And that's like basically like it is like it's that kind of game. It's basically a La Mulana in SMU form. I know of it because I was watching a streamer like start the game and playing like the start of it, and I was like, man, I have to play this myself. I have to stop watching. This is totally up my jam. I want to see what this is about, and so I stopped. I wish there was a trailer or something because it's very moody. But the puzzles seem to be very smart. Very about how different worlds are interlinking and how they can relate to one another. Like, it looks super rad. And again, I feel like I'm doing a bad job selling it, but it's because I'm not sure how to. That's why I wish there was a trailer or something. I guess these thumbnails kind of give an idea of the kind of things that to expect, though. Like that in and of itself, well, then it stops being about Reverie because YouTube search is a wonderful device made of incredible decisions. But, okay, so those are the 5 games, huh? Boss game, the final boss is my heart, Wonderling, Knit Stories, the Sword Quest series, or Reverie, a Super Mario World ROM hack. That's not part of the title, I'm just saying that so that people know. Wow, that is a weird list. Okay. I don't know. I feel there's like one. There's like a game for all type of people. No real obvious monsters from what I can discern at the very least. But enough about all that. It's chaos time. As you can see, the chaos wheel kind of got an expansion, but that's okay. So I don't want this to seem like frightful or anything. While there are now a lot of silly wedges, there are now more silly wedges than there are returning games. Technically speaking, a lot of the wedges actually exist as alternate ways to pick games amongst second chance games. Like, most of the wedges are about that. They're just being silly about it. And just putting that out there, if I do choose a game through that system, through one of the alternate decision wedges, that still removes the entirety of that generation. A generation being, like, that's a generation. These 4 games appear together in a thing. So, Chaos Wheel. Anything can happen in Chaos Wheel. Alright, I shuffle it up. I did a few tests. Yes, every time we did this with random spin, it was always random spin that wins. But that's just sheer luck, because that's not how it'd be. Like, whenever I do a test, it doesn't do that. I don't know why when a chaos wheel is on camera, it gets nervous and just picks up random spin. But I don't mind, because every time I had a random spin, I had a great time. So, alright. Decision time. Choose your own 4th place. What this means is I will choose amongst the 4th placements, the 3s, Risk of Rains, Darkstalker, 10 milligram, or Chameleon Twist. I am going to choose one game of those 3. And I'm not going to do it now. I'm not going to keep it secret. Like, it's not going to be a secret. The game, I'm just not going to say it now because I want to take my time to think about it. But, yeah, like, when the poll result is revealed in the coming up next and thread in both Spot Zone and Talk House. Like, I'll just put it there. I'll take what I chose there. Even, like, if I have to choose, I'm not too sure. So, perfect. So, yeah. So, the 4 options that have a weight of 3. I will choose amongst any of those 4. And, yeah, whatever I choose, like I said, its generation all disappears. So, that's just how it works. And that's fine. But great. I'm glad that we get to get one of these things going. And that's what I mean. Like, a lot of the wedges are just that. They're just alternate ways to pick different games. Or, like, different ways to make me choose. So that's done. As for the R Zone, no gimmick. I have a game in mind. Okay, I'm not going to tell you right now. But, again, this, like, I won't keep it a secret. It will be revealed and coming up next once the poll is over. But I will give you this extremely obvious hint. If you just remember, you'll know. A while ago, I did a handpicked poll. Like, I made a poll. That's been a while ago. Where it was, like, all the games I especially wanted to play. Like, there was a series of games that, for whatever reason, I wanted to play a little bit more than the rest of what was in the bucket at the time. And through the advancement of time, honestly, I ended up playing, like, most of them. I mean, some of them just won their respective polls, and more games just kind of showed up again. I showed up in Royal Picks or whatever, in other events, and gradually I ended up playing all of them except for 2. There are 2 games from that poll that, I haven't played yet. That I remember. I could be wrong. And I'm doing one of them. And it's not Mega Man for the BlackBerry. Alright, random NPC. If your list hasn't changed, it's fine. But if it's changed and you're seeing this, get in touch with me. Everyone else, please go vote. It's important. It's important. We want the vote to reflect the population of people giving me money on the internet. Those are the games. Weird games that are hard to trailer. 3 of those didn't have a proper trailer, and one of them I didn't like the trailer, but the game looks rad. So that's just it's so awkward. But yes, hey, hi. So thanks for watching, everyone. Thank you for taking the time to watch through these with me. I know these are now getting kind of long, but there's a lot to go through, and I think it's important. So once again, thanks. Hey, have a great day. Remember, doesn't matter what you think. You matter and you are loved. There's nothing you can do about it.